Hello guys, I'm Fanny.
I'm Fer.
And on this video we will answer some of your questions that you send us through DM. Starting by, what if you had failed your last major exam?
I think that if I had failed my last major exam, I would have probably failed so bad because school is very important to me. So that would be very disappointing.
I think if I had failed my last major exam, I probably have cried a lot and think about it during a long time.
Yes. Now the second question is, what if your phone had been lost the day before an important event? Your first one?
No.
Okay. If I had lost my phone. If I had lost my phone, I think that I will be very anxious because if it is before an important event, I think that it will be very useful for me to take pictures or to record videos. So I think that will happen.
Okay, if I had been lost my phone before an important event, I probably will be so upset because it's something that, as you mentioned, I use my phone a lot, also for taking pictures or to have all my safe communication with my family. And if I had lost my phone, I think that the event may be Okay, the next question is, what if you could read one person's mind and for a day, whose would it be and why?
If I could read one person's mind, I think that I would choose someone that doesn't like me a lot. So when I talk to them or when they see me or something, I could know what they think about me and if the feeling is mutual.
Okay, if I could read one person for a day, I would choose my mom's mind to comprehend her point of view when we have a discussion or a problem.
Next question is, what if you could only keep one memory for the rest of your life, and what would it
be? If I could only keep one memory for the rest of my life, I probably choose the day that my boyfriend asked me to be together, because I remember that day with a lot of feelings, or it was very emotional, and I will be very happy to have that memory. What about you?
I think that if I could only keep one memory for the rest of my life would be when I went to the concert of my favorite band, because it was a day that I was waiting to leave since I was like 12 or 13 years old, when I was in middle school, and I had the chance to see them this year, so they were like 8 years later since I knew them, and it was a very special moment. I lived a lot of emotions, I cried, I was very happy, so that would be my memory.
Okay, for the next question, what if there were no beauty standards or body expectations in media? I think if there were no standards or beauty expectations, the context and how we grow up will be really different as it is nowadays. Because, for example, one of my cousins that is 11 years old, she's already very aware of how to do her makeup in order to correct some mistakes or some acne that she has. And I think if we don't don't have these expectations, we will have a different self awareness and perspective, and probably we will be more
Yeah, when you mentioned about your cousin, yeah, I see the same with my sister, because she's like very aware about her weight. Sometimes it's like, no, I'm not gonna eat this because
I'm gonna get fat.
So that's something that it is already like printed in our minds, and more when we are women.
Yes.
Because of course I think that the expectations in media is more, they are have more influence on us as women, because well, the system sometimes is like that. So if there were not beauty standards, I think that we will be happier, and we will be happier, and we wouldn't be, as you said, like very like, how to say it, like worried about that.
For the next question, what if everything you touch turned into shit?
If everything I touched turned into cheese, I would be afraid of living. Because if I touch my friends, like, there will be cheese forever. If I touch my dog, like, I will never touch anything. Yeah.
Okay, if everything I touch turned into cheese, I will be very cautious to not transfer my family or loved ones into cheese. But I will also start cheese shop, an entrepreneur. I will become an entrepreneur to become rich.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe I will record my experience to become famous and earn money.
Yeah, and if we have groups, maybe that will change. I don't know what the rules are. So yeah. The next question is, what if your life was being watched like a movie? Would you be proud of what people see? If my life was being watched like a movie, I think that I will be proud of some moments, because there are memories that are very fun and very dramatic, and sometimes I tell my friends funny that this moment could be part of a movie. Yeah. So I think that people will be interested. I don't know if I will be proud, but they will be entertained at least.
Okay. I think that if my life was being watched out like a movie, even though I will be so ashamed or exposed, or I will feel so exposed, I will be proud of it because I have some moments that are, as you say, very dramatic or funny, so it will be interesting to see my life.
The next question, what if bullying became a criminal offense in schools? I think there will be a lot of problems, because first of all, a lot of kids made a lot of mistakes, and sometimes when we are younger we tend to be cruel with some people, and I think that it would be, if it were a criminal offense, it would be like something very, how to say it, like I don't know how to say it. It will be a consequence that is so disproportional of what the problem really is. I think that is a problem that we can solve without taking it too far.
Yeah, I also think that bullying is something that we already solved during this year where we working as teachers that we need to address from the very beginning in order to have this situation. Because I think it will be I should say something that is unproportional with the criminal. What if you had to wear a chicken costume every Monday?
If I had to use it like all day, like I need to use it all day.
Every Monday.
I think it will be funny, but it also will
At
be
the very beginning.
when I wake up. Well, if I had to do that, I think it will be funny because sometimes it's my turn to use a costume like Dr. Sing's costume. But I think that it would also bring some problems because I don't think that in my workplace it would be accepted because I'm a teacher. And also in school, I think that it will be very also uncomfortable to make my daily activities, but it will be fun.
I think that if I have to wear a chicken costume every Monday, the first days it will be funny, but with time that will be unuseful because of the weather here. That would be so hot. And okay, for the next question, what if you had to give up one of your 5 senses? How will it affect your life? If I have to give up one of my 5 senses, I will give up touching, because I think it's the one that is easier to live without it. For example, if I lose my vision, I have to learn writing, it's called. Or if I have lose my smell, I have to. It will be dangerous with poison or something. If I smell bad or something.
Oh yeah.
Or the hearing. It will also be dangerous and very difficult, very different from our actual context. And vision, smell, touching. What is the other one? Hearing and taste.
Oh, taste. It's the same as with the smell. Yeah, I think the same because I think the other senses are, society is not ready the structure of the city and how people communicate and all of that is not, it's very difficult to live without some of those 4 senses. If you cannot see, people is not ready to know how to treat you
in the streets and all the city.
If you cannot hear, I think that you will also lose a lot of skills, even driving. I don't know if the people can drive, but
But it's harder.
Yeah, it's hard
because you need to be aware of everything.
Yeah, and I like music a lot, and I like to hear. So, and I think that there are people that do not feel anything, right? There's like a condition.
Or they have a lower.
They cannot feel pain or something like that, or they cannot feel like anything. That is dangerous too, because if you broke something, or if you are
Cut yourself, or
if you cut yourself, if you get burned with something, is like it's dangerous because you are not going to be aware that is happening. But that is easier because some people can tell you, hey, you catch yourself.
For the next question, what if COVID-19 had never happened? You want to start? Okay, probably would never. If COVID had never happened, we probably never each other.
but we
But
have
it's
been friends because we met
during
WhatsApp using WhatsApp during
and for homework, and I asked to
Yes.
work together.
yes.
And probably if COVID-19 had never happened,
Yeah, because in the classroom that we were together in school, but the classroom was like about there were like 50 people in the classroom, and I think that you and me have different groups because when we started going to school again with the whole classmates, we didn't talk to each other because we were shy. But if we wouldn't have had that communication before, I think that wouldn't have happened. Maybe we would have big difference here.
No, I would if we don't tag. No, if we weren't friends in the past, no,
we wouldn't have been friends.
And I also wasn't a student here because I don't know
The career, the
career in the school
Yeah, you know the school because
of you.
And I think that our social skills will be better.
Yeah,
Of course,
because we have 2 years of zero social interaction.
So, and I think that you're more extroverted, but sometimes I think that had an impact because we're like more shy or more to interact or to have more friends. When we came back to school, it was very
Strange to start.
I didn't have
over.
friends.
Okay. So, what if every person received the same income regardless of their job?
If every person received the same income, I think that will be unfair because there are people that have like more important jobs. There are more important jobs. So, for example, the people that work in hospitals, like the doctors, nurses, if they have the same pay, for example, as I don't know, a YouTuber, I don't know,
Beauty.
that would be unfair because their work is harder and they prepare
They have to study a lot to become doctors.
unless the pay was like a lot. But I don't think that would be right.
Yeah, I think the same as you. Because if a person, a nail artist or a makeup artist receive the same income as a doctor or as a lawyer or something that have to prepare a lot to have that degree and to have the work, it will be really unfair.
Yeah.
For the next question, what if you had practiced a musical instrument every day as a child?
If I had practiced musical instrument, I think that I would have used that for my conditionals. I would use it to be like famous because you will be very proficient in what you do. For example, if I had played the piano since I were like a child, like today I will be very proficient. Yeah, I will be like a professional. So I would use it to take advantage of it.
If I had practiced a musical instrument every day, I would. If I had practiced a musical instrument as a child, if I had practiced a musical instrument as a child, I would, porque se me va, güey. Puta madre, ¿vas a cortar cuánto lleva? No. If I had practiced a musical instrument every day as a child, I have practiced I don't know, probably a guitar. And I think at this moment no digo decirlo en negativo, ya no lo practicaría. I wouldn't.
Pues puedes decir que as I was old. If I had practiced a musical instrument every day as a child, I don't think that I would practice nowadays because I would feel sick.
Okay, for the next question, what if you had chosen a different group of friends?
If I had chosen a different group of friends, I think that I would be different, like myself, my personality, and what I like, because I think that friends have an influence in what you do and what you like. And if I had different friends, I will of course be different from what I am today. So, yeah.
If I had chosen a different group of friends, I probably have a different humor and a different personality, of course, because as you say, how we interact and the people with we interact influence on our personality, our jokes, our humor.